talk about those kind of situations. Since and I'm glad that I bring this up because uh, we are on this subject. So what happened was that Bayern was leading 2 goals to nil against Borussia Mönchengladbach, and they got come back 3 goals to 2. How often does that happen, right? So you might be thinking, how does that happen? Bayern winning, right? So what I want to talk about is the example of these things happening in football. Of course, I'm just going to go with my lifetime where the clear favorites got crawled back by the Minos. Minos, I mean, between the two, right? The not so favorites. One of those things where this team is so dominant even before they played, but in the end, where they lost, you go, how did that happen? You know what I mean? Like the first game that comes to mind, that I've watched, I think it was 2 seasons ago, was it, or last season? I forgot. It was in a group stage in a Champions League. Juventus and Manchester United, the game in Turin. Cristiano Ronaldo just put Juventus ahead with a fantastic over the head volley. I think it was Bonera who sends the ball, or is it Benedeschi who sends the ball up, and the ball haven't even come down, and Ronaldo volleys it. But he puts Juventus ahead, and then Juan Mata's cross from the left that brings an own goal, or was it Drogba header? I'm not so sure. We must recap on that. And then last minute, I remember this specifically. Juan Mata, Juventus gave away a free kick, and Juan Mata had a free kick. Juan Mata with the free kick, and it's 2-1, and suddenly Manchester United wins the game. And if you look closely on that game, Juventus was running the show for 80 minutes. It's impossible to see the Minos, which is in this case is Manchester United. I guess it's one of those. If they lose, they are the ones that let their opponents win. One of those things where you had, oh my god, oh my god, they cannot believe they just screw things up. I don't know whether that is a fair statement for the winning team. Another one of the example was Barcelona and Chelsea, 2012 semi-finals tie. It wasn't a defeat but a draw by an aggregate win for Chelsea. And another one is Manchester United against Manchester City 2 seasons ago. Again, comeback from Man United. Smalling and Drogba with the header. If I'm not mistaken, it was Smalling and Drogba. Another one that comes to mind was Barcelona against Arsenal in the round of 16s at the Emirates Stadium. I think the game where Messi ran the show in the first half and he fed it through to David Villa. And I think it was the second season in a row Arsenal drew Barcelona again in the round of 16. So I think at that point, when David Villa scores, Arsenal fans was like, here we go again. Same old story like last season. We got to get trashed by Barca again. But then after that, it was Van Persie, I think, who drew level. And I think it was Xavi who netted the winner to make the tie to the Nou Camp. Or was it Fabregas? I'm not so sure. So they take the tie in the lead to the Nou Camp for the second leg. Arsenal didn't win the whole tie, but they won that match, which is they didn't win the whole aggregate, but they won that match. Is again, the juggernaut have only themselves to blame for defeat. And I think what all these games have in common is that we know, because when we play football in the streets and you have better teammates, you feel good about yourself. And it's one of those things. I guess this all goes down to complacency, where mentally they already wrap up the game in the player's mind. They are already thinking ahead about these celebrations. Little they know that things about to change. Look at it, Barca and Chelsea, right? Chelsea were leading 1-0 from the bridge, okay. But that Barca team was 27 wins in 27 games in the Nou Camp that season going in. Nou Camp was a fortress back then. And Barcelona had Busquets tuck in after Isaac Cuenca's cross. And then John Terry was sent off for kneeling Alexis Sanchez in the back. And then the next attack, Messi finds Iniesta to make it 2-0 at the Nou Camp. By that time, they're already leading in the tie. And then I think, remember by that game, I was watching with a friend who is a Chelsea fan as well. They were like, oh my gosh, 10 man against Barcelona at the new camp. And then, right before halftime, Frank Lampard found Ramirez, who scored a lovely chip over Victor Valdez. I remember this. And the perfect timing for Di Matteo, who was a Chelsea boss back then, to set up his team like an army and salvage the weather the storm from Barcelona, and not only managed to hold on but get to nick a goal with Fernando Torres. Remember that? I think it was Gary Neville on commentary with the the orgasm sound. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, so that game, if you still can't recap. And then the other game, Juve against Manchester United in Turin. When Ronaldo scores, Juventus are already ready to party, especially with the celebrations and all that. And I think it was a back-to-back tie in the group stage. Ronaldo already destroyed Manchester United at Old Trafford, so you're gonna get destroyed again. And out of nowhere, I swear to God, going into that game, I don't see Manchester United coming back at all, because for 80 minutes, Manchester United was chasing the ball. But out of nowhere, Juan Mata came in, set up a cross on the far post. I think it was a free kick, or was it from an open play? I'm not too sure. And they equalized, which is 1-1. Doesn't really matter. Alright. And then the next attack, in the 88th minute, they got a free kick. And one chance, two chances, two goals. It was dead silent all the way, because Juve gave away free kicks. And one chance for Man United to attack to them. I have zero idea as to why Juventus is not attacking after Ronaldo put them attack. Everybody's in a good mood. I don't know why. I don't know why that had to happen. And Manchester United, as much as they don't deserve to win that game at all, but they did it. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things. Still on the subject though, Manchester City against Manchester United was another example. Pep Guardiola's Man City, a win for them will seal the Premier League title, if I'm not mistaken. So in the first half, I think they laid Man United off the park. They're like Gundogan and Aguero, or is it David Silva, giving them the lead. And then once again, halftime, we are the champions. Or was it a Blue Moon song was already playing? Everybody's in a good mood in the Etihad. And out of nowhere, once again, Jose Mourinho, as much as I don't agree what he brings to the table as far as a coach is concerned, he works his magic. So the events that happened to Bayern Munich against Borussia Mönchengladbach, I have to say, can only happen to the favorites, I guess. And I don't mean a favorites of the two, but only a dominant team. And I agree, it's all down to complacency and lack of focus. What do you think? Please comment if you have any game in mind about this kind of out of back from the date situation. And I know Manchester United against PSG. Manchester United are king of comebacks, isn't it? Comes to mind as well, especially the one where Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's on his first Champions League. Yeah, let me know. Comment and hit the like button.